All right, everyone, two different stories we're talking about today, starting with Super Mario Bros. Wonder, because you might remember a recent video on the channel where we discussed the unfortunate news that it looked like this game wouldn't have any kind of online play when it comes to the multiplayer aspect, and while still not confirmed, it is looking much more promising that we will see something in the form of online play, and we need to break all of that down. In addition to that, you may have noticed recently there is a brand new Nintendo Switch system software update that is version 16.1.0, and we need to discuss the recent trend around Nintendo Switch system software updates because I don't think it's going to change from here, and it's probably best we start honing back our expectations altogether for any massive changes on the console as it ends its life cycle. But starting off, we are hopping right in with Mario Bros. Wonder. If you're new here, like, subscribe, and turn on your bell notification, and also there are timestamps down below if you are interested in one story over the other. But as mentioned, guys, I am very hyped for Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I will tell you that this is a guaranteed day one purchase for me. I haven't taken the time to pre-order it yet, but I'm entirely sold on the new art style, the new direction, the new type of gameplay mechanics that we've seen from that very brief 3 or 4 minute trailer that we saw for the reveal of the game at the June Nintendo Direct, and I am also fully expecting an updated trailer and maybe this piece of updated online functionality to be confirmed at the September Nintendo Direct, because initially there was some marketing from Nintendo of Europe and also the game's online store listing really making it seem pretty clear that online functionality would be missing from this game. And while some people took that to mean no big deal, I wouldn't use that anyway, or I don't care about online co-op, I only want multiplayer locally anyway, that's the better way to enjoy it. And I don't think anybody's really debating that, but when we've already seen online functionality in games like Super Mario Maker 2 and Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, it starts to become something of an expectation to at least have it as an option. And you have to take into consideration that when people are in an environment where maybe the people they want to game with the most are not locally right next to them and cannot come over to their house, maybe they're away for college, maybe they traveled abroad or a job that they took and all of their friends are back home, well, it's nice to have it in 2023 as an option to connect and stay updated with your friends and play online, at least for an option. You don't have to use it, but it would be nice to be there. And many, including myself, wrote off the possibility of online play because Nintendo of Europe is sitting there saying enjoy the game locally with friends, and then you also have the online game page on the Nintendo Store referencing Nintendo Switch Online only for save cloud data and nothing else. And it did seem, due to wording on the online store page also mentioning that local co-op play, that that's the route that Nintendo would be going. However, now you can see the following article posted up over on My Nintendo News where it reads, Super Mario Wonder site says details of online play coming at a later date. It seems as though the long-awaited Super Mario Bros. Wonder will feature some form of online play, as the official game site for Super Mario Bros. Wonder states that details of online play will be announced at a later date. It is not yet clear what form the online play in the incredibly vibrant Super Mario Bros. Wonder will take. Obviously, we are all crossing our fingers for online cooperative play, which would be an absolute blast. Alternatively, online play could consist of various mini games which could be played online. At present, it is not clear, though we should know fairly soon as Super Mario Bros. Wonder launches on Nintendo Switch this October. And you can then see the tweet in question from Janky JPN where it says the Japanese Nintendo webpage for Super Mario Bros. Wonder says that details of online play will be announced at a later date. Hopefully online co-op will be confirmed soon. Now, the one big asterisk to this entire story is that while it's some form of online play, we really don't know that it's online co-op, and it very well still could come out that Super Mario Bros. Wonder is a local only experience when it comes to co-op, but they have some kind of extra game mode baked in there where it would allow you to do mini games and things of that sort online with friends, maybe certain types of challenges or rush modes, boss rush mode, something like that, where you have to complete all of the bosses together online against friends and you can compete to get the highest scores and things. We really don't know what it's ultimately going to be, but there is also reason to believe that we may be getting DLC for this game because in-app purchases has been spotted on its actual Nintendo listing page as well, which you would reason to believe that there may be DLC for this game because in the ESRB rating that we already covered, I missed something and Nate did as well, friend of the channel, Nintendo Prime. He actually said in a recent video that in the ESRB rating that there is a line item that reads that in-game app purchases are a part of this thing, and that would lead you to speculate that they are going to be selling you something, because games that don't have that do not have that listing as part of their ESRB ratings, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder does have it. So should we expect DLC for this game? Very possible down the line. We saw it with New Super Mario Bros. U, and then of course that was just bundled into New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe with the Super Luigi U expansion. But I do think that there's going to be a lot of exciting content to come for Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Let's hope it's not something like a quick cash grab for certain skins and things, but rather additional content, worlds, and levels to traverse, because I definitely think this game is going to have a long life ahead of it, and I, for one, cannot wait to play it. But please let me know in the comments down below how you feel about the prospect of online play potentially being included in the game, whether or not you're personally affected by it at all, if you want to see it just as an additional option like I do, or if you couldn't care less, and do you hope we see DLC for this game shortly after release as well. So please share all your thoughts and feelings on all things Super Mario Bros. Wonder in the comments down below. Now, the other story we're talking about today has to do with the most recent Nintendo Switch firmware upgrade that, if you're like me, you get just a little bit excited every time you see one of these updates go live, and then you quickly realize that, wait a minute, Nintendo hasn't done anything in quite some time with their system software upgrades, so why should we expect anything different now? And to fully explain and break down this latest update, well, we don't have to say much, as you can see the following article headline over on Nintendo Everything, which says Switch update out now, version 16.1.0 patch notes. Nintendo is back with a new firmware update for Switch, and version 16.1.0 is starting to go live for all users. We're in the twilight stage of the system's lifecycle, so it may not come as much of a surprise that no new functionality has been added. Once again, Nintendo is highlighting stability improvements. Here's the official rundown. Switch update version 16.1.0 patch notes, general system stability improvements to enhance the user's experience. They also point out further down in the article that March 2022 was the last time we saw anything significant with the groups feature being added in to the Nintendo Switch system firmware, and that's kind of where I'm at. And my message to you guys is, anytime you see some kind of new system software update and you want to know what's changed, don't worry about it. It is literally probably going to be all under the hood type of stuff, bad word list adjustments, and various other behind the scenes things. We did see Oatmeal Dome tweet out something kind of referencing a few of those behind the scene changes, where it says various components were updated: home menu, Asian fonts, keyboard, web browser, etc. But I don't know the specifics, so he hasn't deep dove into this quite yet. But I think we are at an era now where the hope for things like custom themes, the hope for things like some kind of revamped interface or dashboard, maybe having the option to add groups even to like the home menu directly instead of having to go to your all software page, I think you can kind of safely put a bow on all those expectations, because I don't think that we are going to see Nintendo do any significant changes to the current Switch that we have today. I am hopeful that a lot of the feedback and wishes that fans have been very vocal about in the Nintendo Switch generation will carry forward into some kind of project for Nintendo to launch the Nintendo Switch 2 system firmware, whatever it ends up being called, off on the right foot. Maybe we do get the option for a store of custom themes, dynamic backgrounds that have customizable music from your favorite games, and some kind of cool moving animations. I mean, imagine the different type of library and IP that Nintendo can pull from for that. I would love to have my own custom Tears of the Kingdom theme whenever that game came out, and all of the Super Mario Bros. Wonder themes that would be possible when we see that game launch. Like, there's a lot of exciting possibilities in terms of what Nintendo can do to make the Switch feel more lively and vibrant, but I don't think it happens on this console. I hope that we see an eShop overhaul, for the love of God, something that's not laggy and doesn't have that delayed response. I know that's part of the web store technology that they're using, but Sony and Microsoft both have it figured out on how to browse their games and have everything kind of seamlessly integrated into a web store where you can download software and things from your phone and it hits your console, but also have their stores be responsive. And Nintendo definitely needs to level up their experience with that, because it just recently, when browsing through the Wii U eShop one last time before that store shut down, I was blown away yet again how much faster that entire interface is than the eShop that we have now. And I think that goes for a number of different Nintendo apps as a whole. Even the Nintendo Switch Online app interface needs a big overhaul when it comes to how you view things and the responsiveness behind it. So Here's hoping we see something other than system stability improvements by the end of the Nintendo Switch's life cycle, but if I'm a betting man, I don't think that that's what we should expect, and we should probably just expect more of these run-of-the-mill system stability updates when it comes to new Nintendo Switch firmware. But I really want to hear from you guys at this point in the video on both the different stories we talked about today. Let me know how you're feeling about all things Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and let me know what you think of this newest Nintendo Switch firmware update, system stability being yet another reason to change an entire number of the system update that we have at 16.1.0. Do you think we're going to see anything else notable in the current Switch's life cycle when it comes to new Switch updates, or are you like me and you think that that ship has sailed at this point? And what features would you like to see added in the most, if any, that are missing from the Nintendo Switch firmware today? So regardless of your thoughts and feelings on everything we talked about today, I do look forward to hearing from you all in the comments down below before you leave the video, as I do look forward to getting a back and forth conversation started with you all around these topics. Go watch yesterday's video next if you haven't already, which is on screen right now. Also make sure you like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video.